Hi Flosstube, and I'm back with my second video. I'm proud of myself. I've decided to move to Fridays because it's so you guys can like just watch them on the weekend if you want. Also this week I got kind of busy doing stuff. You're gonna hear my kids over here. We have a VR and they're over there playing it, and it's hilarious to watch. One almost already walked into the wall. So I thought I'd start out this week with what I've been working on. Oh, look, one of my kids left a smiley face back there. So this week I've been working on my never-ending stocking that I have for my second kid, Lucas. I actually got a lot more done than I thought I did. So I got this whole, oops, where are you at? There you are. This whole area right here, from basically this bird to here, all done. And then I did some of this white up here, which I'm still not really happy with. It's like it's not very covering very well. Funny thing is because of the way, because this is so far up when I'm stitching on it, and because I have it in a lap stand, I actually ended up turning it over like this and just stitching upside down. Because this is pretty much mindless stitching. You just go back and forth, up and down. I'm eventually going to have to move it because I'm running out of space. But I want to kind of finish this. This is the top half. This is going to go quick. Because that bottom half is going to take forever. So there it is. As you can see, my little dragon's on it upside down at the moment because of the way I had it. But it's getting there. Look at that. I think there's 5 of these of the cardinals on this thing, so it gives a little bit of color because there's so much just white on here. I also screwed up right here, so this is supposed to look more like that right there. But I had a dyslexic moment and screwed up how many blue threads I was supposed to have. So it was supposed to be 3 blue threads and 1 white thread, but for some weird reason I read it as 3 white and 1 blue, so there's no difference. But I don't think anybody's going to tell but me. Because it was this whole from like right here up was all supposed to be like that, but because I think it's supposed to be like these are in the background and these are in the foreground. Y'all are going to be seeing this quite a bit as I go through these. That's not the only thing I did this week. I got a new pattern this week that I bought from somebody. I guess her stuff is a little bit different. She kind of makes stuff that you can make into things. So this thing is going to be, it's big. It's going to be a table runner when it's done. So, okay, so it's supposed to go like this. So this is the bottom corner. Bottom right-hand corner. And it's a whole set of like Greek stuff. The lady's name is right there, Avalia. She's got a Flosstube channel, and it's really interesting because she is she makes priest vestments for what are they called? Greek Orthodox church priests, whatever. And if you go and read her or watch some of her videos on that stuff is really interesting. I kind of went down a rabbit hole. But she also makes cross-stitch stuff. She really wants people to like start using it in their decor and stuff like that, besides just being on walls. So this is a table runner. And when I say this thing is huge, So, it's huge. It's big. This thing is a pain in the butt to kind of stitch with. I mean, it's not that bad. I just don't think I realized how big this was going to be when I bought it. Even though there's dimensions on here, I just don't think, oh, that doesn't seem to be. Yeah, no, it's a lot bigger than it is, than you think. I will say the nice thing about this kit is that it does come with the floss. And the funny thing is that, well, starters, there's a lot of floss. You get plenty of floss. You get lots and lots of it. But I think she takes it off of these big cones, so it's not cut up. It comes in one really long strand. This is my mini-me. He's lurking. Go away. He likes to watch a lot of stuff on YouTube too. So he thinks it's cool that I'm making a video, even if it's just about arts and crafts stuff. He made me lose my train of thought. Oh, anyway, that's right. So this is the most common color, and there's this garnet color. It is DMC 815. There's 39 yards in here, and when I got it, it was one long string. So I think she must have like the cones of it, and she just kind of like winds it off to however many yards you need. But it was funny because I opened it, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this gigantic one long strand of floss? So I sat there and I cut them up into like 1 yard pieces. I did it to all of them. But it was funny because I opened it. My husband's like, what on earth? Why is it so long? I didn't realize, neither one of us realized that you could get them in those big long cones like that. It's only has 6 colors. It'll be so pretty when it's done though. It may not be done until, I'm 90. But she definitely gives you plenty of floss for it. So you get to see my work on that. Isn't that pretty? I like those colors. It's just funny because I'm not a huge green fan, but these greens look good together. They all fall all over the place. I think you should really check out her Flosstube and also her website, because she has not all of her stuff is huge like this. I just decided to bite off more than I can chew because I'm crazy like that. And she has smaller stuff. But I like it because she has a lot of stuff that you can use for stuff like the table runner, which is what this is going to be. And as you can see, I just started. This is just a little stuff around the edge. Border. That's what it is. Border. Actually, sorry. That way. Oh no, I was right the first time. So it's going that way. The weird thing is that this is not your normal stuff. She brings this in from, this is broadcloth. Is it broadcloth? It says right here. Traditional ground cloth. It's 26 count. So it's not 28 count. It's not anything that you normally find. Yeah, go ahead. She brings this over from, I guess, Greece. I'm not 100% sure, but it's called ground cloth. It's thicker than linen, but also kind of, the holes are big, kind of like linen, so you can see through it. So you're not going to really be carrying your threads. So look here, so you can see through it. Right there. So it's see-through, kind of like linen, but it's not. It's the fabric itself is actually thicker than linen. You can actually, it's got a little bit of more heft to it than linen. What I just dropped. Okay, that's fine. It can live there. I'm gonna put all those guys back in there. So those are the 2 things that I mainly been working on this week. And I'll be working on this one for a while. I said previously that I'm going to be making stockings for my whole family. And I have 3 kids. You just saw the one. That's my middle son. I figured I'd go ahead and show you because I bought all 5 of them. And I'll just work on them as I get to them. But they're all dimension kits. So I just decided to show you them because everybody likes to look at everybody else's stash. It's kind of like shopping without actually having to pay for anything. So that one was my middle son's. And then this one's going to be my oldest son. He picked this one out too. So it's this one. This one's done on white too. So this is going to be Jacob's, my oldest. He's 12. I like deer. And you're looking at little rabbits down here. Oh, and my favorite are cardinals. I love cardinals. We have some that live here. And they come through in the fall and winter. This one's next is going to be my husband's. This dimension kit actually comes with beads. The big Christmas tree. I actually ended up picking this one out for him because I said, hey, pick out a stocking. He's like, I don't care what stocking. Pick out whatever. I'm like, fine, I like this one. You're getting this one. Luckily, his name is a lot shorter than this. These things, because you kind of have to figure out how to chart them or put them on your stuff yourself. Like, they had the letters charted. And the first time I was doing it, it took me forever to do it. Kind of glad I had Noah as a name because it was shorter. Hopefully with this one, it'll be a little bit easier. I actually have the longest name in the family, so But that's nice. The only downside is that this right here is all red solid stitching, and then you have to put this on top of it. It's like double stitching. But it actually comes with little beads. I didn't know Dimension had beads, but this one does. Maybe their other ones do. And then this one's mine. I picked out this one to be mine. Like I said previously, I grew up showing horses, so I love my horses. And a sleigh. I live in Florida, so I've never been, never had a sleigh. This one I think is going to take forever. Because you can see how much thread's back here. I mean, there's a bunch of it. And this one's on that same blue. So those are the other ones that I will one day get to. Hopefully before, you know, I have grandkids. So one of the reasons why I called myself, or called the Flosstube here, Kit Crafter, is because I really like kits. Like, very specifically, I like, no kits. I have a small collection of these, and I have a bunch of these that I think I have 5 of these that I've done. But they're all in my, away in our Christmas stuff, and I'm not going to try and pull that out, because it's up in the attic. And it's really hot up there right now. So I have a bunch of these, so I just thought I'd show you some of these guys. And they're all Christmas. They have other kits, and I've never done any of the other kits. I kind of want to make a Halloween tree. But I don't have anything to put it on. I don't have a lot of space to put it in. But, so these are all Christmas. This is the Celtic Santa. And then I got the Appalachian Santa with his little raccoon. Which I actually don't like raccoons. I like them here, but I don't like them in real life. Because they eat things, like my chickens. It's got a bunch of beads, too. I love beads. I love beading. And then I got these little guys. I got these little, I think they're all sleighs. No, they're not all sleighs. This one's a sleigh. I got this one because we actually have a white schnauzer named Casper. And it looks just like him. So, this is going to be the Casper. And then, I told you previously that we are involved in 4-H, and my middle son shows rabbits. So he's got rabbits. It's a rabbit sleigh. And then I got this one. This one looks like it will, I say this now, so this one looks like it'll be real quick and easy to do. I might start this and see how long it takes me to finish this. There's all the stuff that goes with it. But I love these little Mill Hill kits. They're adorable, and they're actually pretty quick, and they're easy to bring with you. So my kids go to school. I like to get there early to pick them up. I try to be the first one in line, so I'm not waiting forever. And I'll take these with me and stitch in the car while I'm waiting. Because I usually have to wait about 20 to 30 minutes to let out. So that's kind of nice just to have one of these in a little bag and just stick it in your purse or throw it in your car or take it with you when you have doctor's appointments. All that fun stuff. Of course, now we all get to sit outside in our car waiting to be called in for the doctor's office, which I actually really like. I had to take my kids to the dentist, and we did that. I'm like, man, this is much easier watching my kids in the van than it is watching them in the dentist office. Because my youngest is 2, and he is into everything. I mean, everything. He climbs on everything. He tries to eat everything. So, much easier. I can just put him in his car seat, and he doesn't move. The other thing I forgot to show you last week was I have this little, this is the thing that goes with my dragon that I love. It's a needle holder. It's got a little magnet in it. There it is. Isn't that cute? Or a little magnet in there. And then slide that little girl back on. Got a sleeping dragon. You're pretty. I like these little butterflies. I didn't show you that one last week, so I thought I'd show you that. Because it goes with my little dragon that's on my stocking. Let me put all these guys over here. I decided to go ahead and I looked up the Know Your Needle Minder tag. Oh, before I start that, I wanted to go ahead and thank the people who commented on my video this past week. Count twice, stitch once, which is, I think they have, I'm almost positive they have a Flosstube because I'm almost positive I've watched it before. They commented, and then we got a Kelly Sluter, a Boba Stitch Quilt, and a Michelle Puthoff. Ooh, that's probably right. I just want to thank you guys for actually watching my videos and making a comment. That was very nice of you. Also, anybody who liked or subscribed, that was really great. I didn't think anybody would really do it. I think I had a total of 82 people watch my Flosstube, and I was like, yay, 82! I was so excited. So, thanks. I didn't think anybody would really watch it. I don't know why, because I always watch anybody who says they have a new Flosstube on any of the things that I follow on Facebook. I actually go and watch. Because I like new things or new people. I always like to see what other people are doing. Because I'm kind of nosy like that. But I did the Know Your Needle Worker tag. And I have it written over here. Which is just a few questions to get to know the person that you're watching. So it says, the first one was, where do you live? I live in Central Florida. And this is like the worst time of year right now. It's hot. It's gross. I was just outside. I'm going to wash my face before I came on here because it was so hot. It's like 190 out there, I swear. So this is like the time of year I don't do much outside, so it's easier for me to make a video, which is why I'm doing it. Next one was, what do I do for a living? I stay home with my kids. I've done this for like the past 5 years. And it's kind of awesome. It allowed me to actually get into, and actually do my hobbies more while still having time to spend with my kids, and stuff like that. So I don't really do that. Before that, I worked in medical insurance. I worked for Medicare for about 15 years. I did mainly paid claims. This is the next one. How many kids do you have kids? I said, yes, I have kids. I have 3 kids. They're all boys. My oldest is 12. My middle one is 8. He'll be 9 next month. And then my little one is almost, he's 2.5. We call him our surprise baby, which is why he's so much younger. Next question was, pets. Do you have pets? This is going to be a long one because I kind of categorize. I have pets and then I have like livestock because we have a small farm. So, kid just ran into a wall over there. VRs are dangerous. So I have pets, and our pets, I guess I'll go with our pets. So we have 2 dogs. We have a Schnauzer and an Affin Pinscher, which is a little dog. And then we have some birds. We have some parakeets. We are also into reptiles, so we have some reptiles. I have a Euromastix, and then we have 2 leopard geckos and a crested gecko, which is named Splat, which is the greatest name for one of those lizards because they just go splat. We also have a cat that just kind of animals just kind of show up here sometimes, and we just keep them. We had a cat show up, and it was great because she was spayed. Nobody seems to be missing her. She's lived here for a couple of years now. We call her Porch Kitty because we're running out of names for animals. So we have that too. She's our pet. She lives up here on the porch. Unfortunately, she can't come in the house because both my husband and my oldest kid are severely allergic to cats. And it's funny because she seeks them out knowing that they're allergic to them, so they have to pet her with their foot. She gets foot pets. Because they can't even really touch them. Because if they touch anywhere else in their body, they break out in rashes. It's a pretty bad allergy. And I feel like, cat, you had to come up to the house that has cat allergies. So those are just our pets. Oh, Toby, I forgot. I have a tortoise. I'm about a 60-pound tortoise. I actually see him out the window walking past right now. Or else I would have forgot about him. I was a big tortoise, too. And he lives outside. But then we have livestock, too. So we actually breed and show dairy goats. We show La Manchas, and if you ever look them up, they have no ears. They're the ones with no ears. They kind of look like aliens. They're born that way. We don't do that to them. They're born without ears. So we have La Manchas, the Nigerian dwarfs, which are the little guys, and then I just got some Sonans, which are the white goats. If anybody watched Farm Girl, those are the ones she has. I have 3 of those. My main focus is more on the La Manchas, but these 3 came up for lease, so we kind of rented them. They're rent-a-goats. Just for our kids to show this year because the people who breed them don't have any kids, and they were just letting some of the 4-H kids show these. And Sonans aren't really big in this area. There's very, very few, so they're trying to get more in this area. So that's where those 3 came from. Downside is they're all white. They're solid white, and it's very hard to tell them apart. So I had to put colors on them. So they're just colors right now. They're purple, blue, and red. We also have rabbits. So we have 10. 4, 8. We have 8. We have 8 rabbits that my middle child shows. They're Polish. They're little guys. little guys. I might bring one of these animals in one day, and you can see them. So we have 8 rabbits, and then we have a whole pack of chickens. I don't know what you would call it, a herd of chickens. We have a lot of chickens. My oldest son's the one that shows chickens, and he shows various breeds. So we have various breeds of chickens. We have silkies, we have Duclays, and booted bantams. And then within each of them, those is a set of colors or varieties. We right now have probably 8 varieties, 9 varieties. I'll have to go out there and count one day because I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how many chickens we have. But they're all little guys and they're pretty. I might bring one in. One of our prettiest ones is a rooster. It's called a red. The kid's over there playing right now, so he won't tell me. It's a red something or other. He knows. And he's so pretty. He's this beautiful little rooster with red and white and kind of, these shimmery tones. And it is the meanest thing you've ever seen. He bit my son in the face one day while he was just trying to feed him. It's the meanest thing on the planet. So I bring him in here. He's also really loud. But he's so pretty. It always goes that way. The pretty ones are always mean. So I got rabbits, goats, chickens. Geese, we have 2 geese. They're not very friendly. And then we have my great aunt lives next door, and we have her donkeys over here. So we got a lot going on here. And I think I got everybody. I think that's everybody. Pretty sure it is. I don't think I forgot anybody. Probably should have done this right after I fed. So at least then we'll remember everybody. So the next question is, do you have any hobbies? Other hobbies? I have a lot of hobbies. I don't do any of them great, except for cross-stitching. I'm actually pretty good at that one. I like to knit. I knit better than I crochet, but I crochet too. I managed to not crochet very well. Jewelry making. I do a little bit of scrapbooking. I haven't done it in a long time. I should, since I have all these kids and pictures and everything. Funny enough, I just did a scrapbook for our 4-H group. I just finished that yesterday and turned it in today. So I do scrapbook, just not for myself anymore. Are you kidding? My kids are running into walls over there. Again, movies. I don't have a ton of movies I like. I really liked that movie Stardust. And I like Mel Brooks movies. I like funny movies. I'm not really much into anything. I like funny movies and like fantasy movies. TV show, one of my favorite TV shows ever, and I still watch it to this day when it comes on the TV sometimes, The X-Files. I loved that show. I even watched the one they like did a reboot where they kind of came back and did them again. I watched those too. Books. I do read a lot. I have a Kindle, and I've been through 3. I've managed to kill 2. I'm probably going to have to get a new one soon because this one's kind of dying. It's not charging like it used to. I like a lot of like the paranormal books and stuff like that. I was just reading one, The Vampire Knitting Club, which is like a cozy mystery. So it's nothing like gross and violent. It's just kind of a cozy little book that's not too scary or anything. Those are kind of fun to watch. One of my favorite writers is called Alona Andrews, and she has like a whole bunch of series. If you're into reading and you like stuff that's kind of like magic and alternate universes and stuff like that, read some of her stuff. It's great. She has like a bunch of series out, and they're all really good, and they're funny. And they're not... Okay, they are a little violent. They are a little violent. But they're not like horribly violent. There's nothing... No, there's one. There's a couple. Okay, it's violent. You've been warned. Next is music. What kind of music do you like? I like a lot of different kinds of music. I like everything from hard rock to country to classical music to... I listen to a lot of different kind of music. I grew up in the 90s, so we did a lot of the hard rock then, and that's the kind of music I liked, or I grew up with. One of my favorite bands ever was called Tool. They're still around. They just came out with another album. They've been around since 91, I think, is when their first CD came out. I was pretty young then, because I was about 10. So I didn't start listening to them until I was a teenager, but I've loved them. I've seen a bunch of their concerts. I've been to a bunch of their concerts. But like I said, I like all kinds of music. One of the bands my husband just discovered was called Nathaniel Radcliffe and the Night Sweats. Those guys are great too. Probably more mainstream music, but they're really great. The guy's got a great voice too. The other one was one word to describe me. I'd say eclectic. I do a lot. I like a lot of stuff, and I've always been kind of one of those people that if I like something or I want to try something, I'll just do it. I don't care. I'll try. If I'm good at it, I'm good. If I'm not, I'm not. It doesn't bother me. Life's too short. Life's too short to care about that. So, that's some of the stuff. I can't think of anything else. I don't think you're going to get to see my older kid. He's not going to come over here. He's got the VR on right now. Oh, God, you guys should see this. It's hilarious. I don't even know what this game is. So, they can only really play this when the baby's asleep. Otherwise, the baby gets in there and gets into everything and starts pulling stuff off. Because these things have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are like 4 wires over there. We don't want the baby to get all into that. Like I said, he's into everything. He'd probably stick it in his mouth. He'd probably chew on it. And those things are expensive. Those things are not cheap. But it's funny to watch. And it's really distracting they're doing this while I'm doing the video. But it's like, this is the only time of the day they get to do it. Either that or they have to wait until nighttime, but we make them go to bed at like 9:30. So it's not like they have a lot of time. So, sorry if you heard them over there. So, I guess that's going to be it. I can't think of anything else I want to show you. Can't think of anything else. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this. This one's going to be a long one. This was almost 30 minutes. So, oh, I also started an Instagram. And when I figure out YouTube more, I'll go ahead and put that stuff down in this area. I guess it's down here. But I haven't figured it out yet. I just play around with it. But that's all I got for this week. We'll probably have more adventures coming soon. But thanks to everybody who watches. I hope you still like it. Thanks. Have a great week.